This is a training for Level 1 Oral Skills Certificate of Achievement 2020. So we're going to start from very beginning. Let's say you've never heard of major or minor and you don't know how to tell one from another. So if you look at the number 1, the question is the 5-finger pattern you hear major or minor? Circle the correct answer. So they actually going to play for you something like this, or like this. So maybe right now you cannot tell the difference, but actually the first one was major, the second one was minor. How can you tell one from another? So it has to do with the mood or the mode of each scale. So major scale or major 5-finger pattern feels more open, wide, optimistic, kind of happy-like. Not cloudy, nothing that nothing melancholy about that, right? Nothing sad. And here's the same pattern, but in minor. Actually, only one note change, but it changes the mood a lot. So let me play for you some music in major and minor so you can feel a little bit better how major and minor actually affects the mood of the music. So major is going to always feel happier, more optimistic, less troubled, sunny. And minor is going to be feeling more narrow and closed and nostalgic and more cloudy or sometimes even dramatic. So here's music in major. Okay, let's see if I could try and play it in minor. It would immediately change the mood from the sunny and happy to sadder and cloudy. Etc. So let's say if we take a simple example, for example, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in major sounds like this. Same melody in minor. Way, way sadder. Or Happy Birthday to You in major. Not the same in minor. Not very happy birthday, right? So now listen carefully. I'm going to play for you some 5-finger patterns, major and minor, and I'm going to pause before giving you the right answer. So that's going to be your practicing. So listen to the first one. How does it feel? Does it feel happy, sunny, or does it feel cloudy and sad? So this one was actually major, which is happy and sunny. Good. Listen to the next one. So almost all notes are the same except one, and that actually makes this pattern minor. So let's move on to the next one. Listen carefully. What did you feel? Do you think it's happy or sad? If it feels happy, then it's called major, and it is major. Listen to the next one. Again, only one note change, but it makes a big difference because it feels different, right? And it was minor, 5-finger pattern. Okay, now I'm going to play some patterns in random order. It might be major, major, minor, minor. It can be major, minor, minor, major, major. So there's no order in that, okay? So you have to guess correctly. Listen to the first one. That was minor. That was actually minor again. That was major. Listen to another one. That was major again. So feel free to rewind back and practice those again. And right now we are moving to number 2. Are the chords you hear major or minor? So let me give you some examples. So you will hear something like this, and that's major. You might hear something like this, and that's minor, or something like this. That's major, and something like this. That's minor. Okay, so again, it's like the 5-finger patterns. They're going to feel different. Okay, it's going to be different feeling. Okay, although only one note changes. So for example, major, minor, it's the same notes, C, but except E, instead of E, you're going to have E flat. Okay, so here's major, here's minor, major, minor, major, minor. Okay, so now I'm going to play some chords, not in order, so try and go ahead and listen carefully and guess the right answer. So first one, that was minor. That was major. That was another major. That was another major as well. That was minor. So feel free to stop, rewind back and practice those. Now we're moving on to number 3. That says, please write the following intervals, which will be either seconds or fifths. The starting note appears on the stuff below. The first one has been done for you. So this example, you don't have to do anything about this because it's already done. If you look at the example, that's interval of the second. Why? Because that's the next note. So let's say if we play a scale, that would be 1, 2. So only the following note, so that's called interval of 2. If, for example, we would do something like this, 1, 2, 3, that would be interval of 3. If we do interval of 4, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, an interval of fifth would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you see the difference between 2 and 5, it's the distance between the intervals. So interval of second feels much more closer, narrower, because those notes are really close to each other. G and A, right? Almost like the letters of the alphabet. Let's say the A and B are very close to each other, right? In alphabet, it's just next to each other. That's going to be second. But A and E is 5 letters apart, right? A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E, right? So that's how can you tell the difference. Also, how the different intervals feel. If the second feels very narrow and close, that the fifth feels much more open and the notes are farther from each other, right? G, for example, if I'm playing a fifth from G, it's G, A, B, C, D, right? 5 notes apart. G to D. Okay, so listen to some intervals. I will be playing out of order and try to guess if it's a second or fifth. Listen to the first one. And if you try to sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll realize that's the interval of the fifth, okay? And it feels open and not so close. Listen to another one. Again, try to sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's again a fifth. And do you feel how it's open and how it's not close, not narrow? Okay, listen to another one. Now try to sing this one. 1, 2. That's it. 1, 2. That's interval of the second. Listen to another one. 1, 2 again. So again, it's interval of the second. Listen to another one. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this interval of a fifth. 1, 5. Okay, feel free to stop, rewind, and we're moving on to number 4. This is usually the hardest one because it played very fast and it's hard to follow. So number 4 says use quarter notes and half notes. That means you can only use quarter and half notes to complete the following 2-measure rhythm. Each example will be played 3 times. Okay, let's start with but the example A. Okay, and what we're gonna do first, before even trying to complete this one, before even starting the aural skills, what are you gonna do? You're gonna write the beats under and counts under the notes, okay, I repeat, before you even start the aural skill. So as you get this examination, as you receive your personal examination, okay? So 3, 4, if you look right here, that means you start with 1 right here, it's already done for you, then you put 2 here and 3 here, okay? And you don't need and in between because you're only using quarter and half notes. If you would be using eighth notes, then yes, you would need to 1 and 2 and 3 and, but not in this case. Let's look at this one. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Okay, now let's say you listen to a music that sounds like this, and remember the first note is down for you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did you hear that the first note actually was going for 2 beats? So, since this one started with a quarter note, let's say if it hasn't been done for you, you would have to change it to half note, right? It's not going to happen in this examination, but let's say if it did, the first note would go for 2 beats, and you know 2 beats is half note, okay? And you have something on the third beat as well. 1, 2, like this. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, right? So in another half note right here, and then you have a quarter note right there. Okay, let's try something different. Let's say that wasn't your rhythm. Well, there was something else. Okay, listen carefully again. So that right now the rhythm is going to be different. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And what is going to be very important if you count along? Listen one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So did you feel that the second note went longer? It actually took 2 beats. So that means it's going to have quarter, half note, quarter, half note right there. Okay, that's it for this part. And the same is going to happen in 4/4, but instead of writing 3 beats under, you need to write 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4 here, and the same for this measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And count along as you hear something. Let's say if I play something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So my beats went here. If I start from the end, 3, 4, and 1, 2 was a half note in the second measure. Here I had 2 quarter notes in the beginning, and then I had half note that would take beat 3 and 4. And actually, before we move on, I've got to return to example 3 because I forgot to explain. After you will be able to tell the difference between fifth and second, let's say, if you look at example A and you know I played something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I played a fifth. You actually cannot just write fifth. You actually have to write the notes that represent fifth. And you would count lines and spaces. So first note is done for you. This is 1, and the space is 2. The next is 3. This is 4, and your 5 is right here. Okay, that's what you write. Oops, sorry, that's not a very good writing because I'm using my my finger instead of digital stylus. And let's say if you listen, if you hear something like this. 1, 2, so you need it, you know it's interval of the second. You would have to again count. This is 1, right? This is line, and the next note is going to be in space, right? And space is right here. So this is your interval of the second. Okay? Like this. So in this case, stem go on the right and it goes up. Okay, let's continue with number 5, which is the last assignment in the aural. Following melodies. Some of those notes are missing. Write the missing notes in the boxes. Each example will be played 3 times. Okay, let me play it first for you. So those notes are missing. Right? So right here in measure 3, you have to write those 2 notes in. So what did you hear if I'm starting in measure 3? You know that the first note is actually repeating. So you have to put a quarter note on the E. Sorry, again, it's not very good. E. E, E. And did you notice that the next note went up or went down? It actually went up. And did you notice if it skipped or jumped or it just was going step by step? It was actually going step by step. So that means you're going to put the note up and just next note, which is F, right? So that's how you do those exercises. And the second one actually was already done for you. So just listen to those examples carefully and you will be able to tell. So let me play the example B for you several times, right? And pay attention to what's happening right here in the last measure. So, one more time. So, what did you hear in the last 3 notes? Where did it go? Did it go up? Did it go down? It went down, right? And it went step by step. It didn't jump. It didn't go like this, right? So, it's very easy. So, since you were before this measure, you can listen to it one more time. Right? So, you were at F right here, and you went down from F just one little step. You went back to E. Sorry, I have to put better efforts into my E. And then you went down again one step. So, it was D, sorry. And then you ended up with C. Which is already there. You only have to fill out those 2 notes. So this is the secret. Just listen if they go up or down, if they jump or they just go step by step. So hopefully that helps and good luck with your certificate achievement exam. That's supposed to be going really, really well. After this training, obviously, so you have to listen to that very carefully.